matchup. It could be the fight of the year coming up, as it was in 2000. And then the funny thing about this matchup is that some people said the first fight was Barrera's style. Morales wins it because it was a brawl. Second fight, more of a tactical fight, which is Morales' style. He gets his only loss of his career. Very disputed loss. A lot of things different coming into this one, but it had to happen. Here we are at the MGM Grand in beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada. The famous shot of this hotel that I think 3 million people can stay here on a weekend.
It seems that way this weekend. Trying to get parking is impossible.
It's the largest hotel in the world. 3 million people. I'm making that up, but that's what it seems like.
It's 3,000 rooms, though.
That's right. So you put 100,000 in each room, you got it.
I think these guys are packing hundreds of thousands of people into the pay-per-view sites. You know, everyone's calling their family over. Let's have a party because Morales Barrera 3 is going to be a barn burn. It's going to be a thriller, just like the first two were. The first one was more of an all-out brawl. The second one, they really respected each other. It was more of a tactical fight, but nonetheless, a very interesting and emotional fight.
There he is, El Terrible. Both of them wearing yellow gloves tonight. And this man's only lost once, and they do not like each other. He calls Barrera insane. Says 1 minute he says he wants to be nice, and the next minute he backs down. This has been going on for years, though. Even before they ever got in the ring for the first time, you've got everything that you could possibly want in a matchup in terms of this guy's from the big city, has the big education, well-educated man, representing Mexico City, which looks down its nose. The people in Tijuana feel at a border town like Tijuana. Jesus Chavez looking on.
One of the last victims of Erik Morales. He actually lost the title to El Terrible earlier this year, this February. And he went on to defend that title against Carlos Famoso Hernandez, who will be fighting in a couple of weeks here in Las Vegas, December 11th. But I was talking to Matador Chavez, and he said the one thing about Morales that makes him so tough is that he's lanky, that he's long, and he's got a great jab. You can try to go in there and break him down, but he's going to use that jab to neutralize you.
Oh, boy, he's loosening up backstage. I wouldn't want to be hit by one of those.
The mitts being worked by Fernando Fernandez at this point. Long time part of the Terribles team.
What a great story he is. And you know what we're determining tonight is the champion of Mexico. That's no more, no less. And I don't think there'll be a fourth one.
No, I think this is it. Because Morales has got designs on moving up to 135. There's no way that Marco Antonio Barrera would follow him up at that weight. I never thought 130 would happen. We both thought catch weight 128. But Morales said, if you want this fight, let's do it. At 130, under my conditions. That's the way the second one was fought, under Barrera's conditions. So here we go.
Well, Erik looks better at 130. His body's more full. He was under a lot of pain because he's tall for this weight class. He was always complaining about making weight, and it really affected him, and he finally said, I'm not going anywhere. But I did not, although the money is there, I just thought that Barrera was going to hold firm, because he said, I'm not going to fight you at 130, and Morales said, I'm not coming back down. Somebody had to give, and it was Barrera. And he may regret it, because we've seen fighters change. You know, trying to chase up like Sugar Shane Mosley, trying to chase up to 154. He can't dominate, he can't punch. Oscar De La Hoya was outclassed by Bernard Hopkins, who Oscar looked teeny in the ring against Bernard Hopkins, as did Trinidad.
I mean, that's the point of his career
jump
where
too many weight classes.
Erik Morales is ready to be at this weight. He was ready to be at this weight 2 years ago. So he's fighting at the weight that he feels comfortable at. Marco Antonio Barrera, by his own admission, has always said, I'm a small featherweight. Tonight, you're going to see Erik Morales 138, 139 pounds. Barrera can't be more than 132 on a full stomach.
He was a little bit below 130 yesterday at the weigh-in. And I've seen so many times as people chase people up and down the chart, it just doesn't work out. But, you know, Barrera's a different fighter. He's an exceptional fighter. And I'm sure he knows what he's doing, and he definitely knows what he wants to do with Erik Morales. Now, it may be a case where Morales, as he goes up, actually gains power instead of losing power because, as you said, he was ready to be here 2 years ago. That's what I'm interested to see, because if he gains power, Barrera's in for a long night.
And he's proven that both against Chavez and against Hernandez. I mean, he's dropped those guys, and they were the bigger fighters in the ring against Morales. So this is a fighter who really has so much talent that it really gets overlooked because of the fact that he loves to brawl. Now, that's the other question in this fight. Erik El Terrible Morales has 48 fights as a professional. Name one that hasn't been a war.
It's all. Remember the Engine Chief fight in Los Angeles?
Goodness.
I mean, that was painful to watch. Not long after the fight with Barrera. He didn't expect what he got. I'll never forget that one. I mean, there's so many classics in his repertoire because he'll box, he'll stand toe-to-toe. He does whatever it takes to win. He's just a complete package, a phenomenon.
He's a consummate fighter, and that's why it gets overlooked, the fact that he's got so much boxing skill, because he can take you out with one punch. He can go in the middle of the ring and just take you out with shots to the body. There's so much to the fighting style of Erik El Terrible Morales. On the other hand, Marco Antonio Barrera is a man you can never underestimate. He's got so much talent, he's got so much heart, and there's the animosity between these two, and that is what we saw even yesterday. They wouldn't put him up face to face at the weigh-in. Erik El Terrible Morales looking solid, and Marco Barrera looking better than ever, thicker than ever, and really well worked.
Here is the tail of the tape. Barrera's 2 years older. Seems like he's been fighting forever. I remember him down at the Forum in Los Angeles. The height advantage, of course, is going to Morales, and the reach advantage goes to Morales. But in terms of everything else, their experience, their abilities, it's all pretty even. And it's been proven by the first two fights. Under the unified rules tonight, 3 judges, 10-point system. No standing 8 count, 3 knockdown rule not in effect. Cannot be saved by the bell in any round. Only the referee can stop the fight. And they'll go to the cards in case of an accidental foul. After 4 rounds, it'll be official.
This is for the World 130-pound Championship.
You know what I was thinking as you talk about Barrera going up to 135. He's cleaned out. He's cleaned out everything below him. I mean, there's nobody left. Formosa Hernandez, he took care of. Jesus Chavez. This fight could be the one that crowns all of his list of achievements. He's been through Guti Espadas, Bobby Borrelardes, Paulie Ayala. If it's out there, he's beating it. Except this is the one thorn in his side, and he's such an easygoing, nice guy. There's Winky Wright, who just beat Sugar Shane Mosley rather easily for the second time. But he's such a nice guy, Morales. It almost pains you when you hear him rip it into Barrera the way he does. But he just hates him.
Yeah, I mean,
he just hates him.
It's both of them on their own are great people, but when you talk about these two guys talking about each other, the gloves come off. I mean, these are two gentlemen outside of the ring who forget about everything when it comes. You ask Morales or you mention the name Barrera, his face changes. And that'll change anybody's face out there watching this pay-per-view. Give you a little eye candy for this great night of boxing out at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. But really, it's a genuine dislike. 143 is what Morales weighed tonight. 11 pounds more than Marco Antonio Barrera, 132. He is almost a welterweight. He's a super lightweight, Erik Morales, against a true 130-pound fighter, which is Marco Antonio Barrera. That is a huge
It's almost a welterweight. We're standing by for Michael Buffer and the national anthems. Are they they'll do Mexico, I think.
Erik El Terrible Morales has got his own record label in Mexico. He's a big music promoter. He loves the regional music of the northern part of Mexico. So he's an entrepreneur in every sense of the word. He's got his internet site. I mean, he's really a fighter who thinks beyond boxing. And that's something that a lot of times you don't see. And you got to give Morales a lot of credit for that. He's an entrepreneur outside of the ring. He thinks outside the box, and he's very intelligent. He's very thrifty with his money. He's very careful with his investments. And I think we're getting ready for the national anthem soon.
That That was Michael Buffer directing traffic in the ring. As you folks know, before fights, it could often get crowded in the ring with each entourage coming in. Not quite like a Mike Tyson fight where you got 5,000 people.
And a line of security right in between. This is Marco's wife and his son. Sandra is his wife, and his pride and joy is his 7-month-old daughter, who said he's told me is his inspiration at this point.
Up first, he's now appearing on the national tour of Miss Saigon. He comes to us from Tijuana, Mexico, here to sing the Mexican national anthem, Mario Hernandez.
Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Ciño patria, tus sienes de oliva, de la paz el arcángel divino, que en el cielo tu eterno destino por el dedo de Dios se escribió. Mas si osare un extraño enemigo profanar con sus plantas tu suelo, piensa, oh patria querida, que el cielo un soldado en cada hijo te dio, un soldado en cada hijo te dio. Mexicanos al grito de guerra, el acero aprestad y el bridón, y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón. Y retiembla en sus centros la tierra al sonoro rugir del cañón.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing. Here to perform the Star-Spangled Banner, one of the most popular performers in Las Vegas, national recording star Aramis.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bomb bursting in air, gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free, yeah, and the home of the brave. Yeah.
There he is, just beginning to make his way into the ring. Antonio Barrera, the pride of Mexico City. Former WBO 126-pound champion. The only man who's ever beaten Erik Morales. And you can feel it already in this arena.
With a full band behind him.
Oh, absolutely.
And a live singer in the ring.
He's up on the apron and stepping into the ring. And here comes the champion. The WBC 130-pound champion.
His second title defense. The first was against Carlos El Famos Fernandez. Incredible 18-1 record in world title fights. 8 knockouts. The guy knows what he has to do on the big stage. He's only failed to do it once, and that was controversially against this man, Antonio Barrera.
This is all you have to know. Only 2 Mexicans have won world titles in 3 weight divisions. He's won. The other one is Julio Cesar Chavez. Enough said. Okay, as he comes in underneath the flag of Mexico, his flag has Tijuana, Mexico written on it. Barrera's just the flag. Let's go to Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, Bob Arum's Top Rank Incorporated and Oscar de la Hoya's Golden Boy Promotions are proud to present 12 rounds of boxing for the Super Featherweight Championship of the World. Brought to you in association with Miller Lite, the MGM Grand and HBO pay-per-view, sanctioned by the WBC President Jose Suleiman and the Nevada State Athletic Commission Chairman John Bailey, Executive Director Mark Ratner. The 3 judges at ringside scoring this contest on the 10-point system will be Larry O'Connell, Jerry Roth, and Paul Smith. And when the bell rings, your referee in charge of the action, Kenny Bayless. Tonight, from the MGM Grand of Las Vegas, 2 of boxing's greatest warriors will turn the page to the 3rd chapter of their magnificent fighting trilogy. And now, ladies and gentlemen, y ahora, damas y caballeros, let's get ready to rumble! Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue with white, official weight 129 1/2 pounds. Professional record 58 victories, including 41 knockouts, with 4 defeats and 1 no decision. De Ciudad de Mexico, the former 3-time champion of the world, the baby-face assassin, Marco Antonio Barrera. And his opponent across the ring, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black, official weight, 130 pounds. Professional record, 47 victories, including 34 knockouts with only 1 defeat. De la Zona Norte, Tijuana, Mexico, the 3-time world champion and reigning, defending WBC super featherweight champion of the world, Erik El Terrible
Any punch thrown in this area is considered a clean punch. Any punch thrown in this area is a clean punch. Now, gentlemen, we went over the rules in the dressing room. I want you to protect yourself at all times, keep the fight clean at all times, and what I say you must obey. Good luck, Brother Suete. Touch gloves.
You got a mouthpiece? Yeah.
So the stage is set, the final act in the trilogy of Barrera Morales. Or Morales Barrera, depending on what your loyalty is. Now, I was noticing it was about 50-50 in here, Bernardo.
Yes, it's very divided. There's only been one other championship trilogy between Mexican monarchs, and that was Rubén Olivares and Chucho Castillo. Olivares won the first one, Castillo the second one, Olivares the third one. What happens tonight? We will soon find out when the first bell tolls for once and for all Marco Antonio Barrera and Erik Morales.
It's the first round scheduled for 12 for the world super featherweight title held by Erik Morales in the black trunks. Marco Antonio Barrera in his usual blue trunks.
Work out.
Almost amused was Morales when he caught Barrera holding him by his head. As you mentioned, Morales goes into the ring at 143 pounds tonight. Barrera is giving up about 12 pounds. The crowd is electric here at the MGM Grand Garden Arena.
As they should be. These two Mexican gladiators came to give it their all. The big equalizer or the big advantage could be the difference in weight. Marco Antonio Barrera decidedly the underdog, even on the bets. So we will see what he does. The heart that Marco Antonio Barrera has shown to even take this fight at 130 pounds tells you about the rivalry between Barrera and Morales.
Marco Antonio Barrera suffered a horrible defeat a couple of years ago in San Antonio to the power puncher Manny Pacquiao. He was blown out. Then he went out in 2004 earlier this year in Carson, California at the Home Depot Center and blew out Paulie Ayala. So you never know what he's got in the tank. But this matchup is one for the ages.
And,
First time around, Morales gets the victory. Second time, Barrera. So here we are again to decide it.
Once and for all, and the one thing you can say is Erik Morales showed a stiff jab a few seconds ago against Marco Antonio Barrera. Barrera obviously trying to work the body, trying to get inside, not allowing Morales to extend those long, powerful arms.
Good right hand from Marco Antonio Barrera. Another left hand from Barrera.
Beautiful leg hook by Barrera.
This is him he wants. This is the kind of fight Barrera wants. Morales drops his gloves. Just bring it on. Let's see what Morales does from long range.
Marco Antonio Barrera letting Erik Morales know he's not going to be bullied tonight. That's dangerous.
Do not get up and go to the bathroom, folks. You're going to miss something, I'm sure. There'll be no pause in the action.
Erik Terrible Morales got a taste of what Marco Antonio Barrera has behind those controversial winning gloves. And it seems like it took the punches pretty well. The first test for Barrera will soon be coming, I imagine.
Combinations from Marco Antonio Barrera. Counter punches from Erik Morales. What a first round it's been, and it's only going to get worse or better.
Depending on who's taking the punches and who you are, it's a spectacular fight. It's a great setting for this third and final chapter of Barrera Morales. And what a way to come up big. We're going to go to the corner of Erik Morales. He doesn't have anything. Don't give away any rounds. What we came here for, remember, do not forgive him. Don't stay there. You got to go to the body. Use the jab. Use the jab, but don't use it as a jab. Use it as a cross. You got to keep working to the body and then use the right cross. Take a look at the strong, the stiff Erik Morales jab. He's got to do a lot more of that. But here we go, Marco Antonio Barrera working to the body and then upstairs with the left hook. Beautiful combination by Marco Antonio Barrera. Those two elements could be key for either fighter. The jab of Erik Morales, the left hook of Marco Antonio Barrera. You just saw the key to the fight.
Remember, the trainer for Erik is his father, Jose, who keeps a very low profile and does a very good job managing his son. And he has from day one. Born in a boxing gym, in a room over a boxing gym in Tijuana, in the worst part of Tijuana.
La Zona Norte, he was born to be a fighter, and that's exactly what he became. Not just any fighter, a three-time world champion in three weight divisions, one of the best that Mexico has ever seen. Tonight, he meets a man of whom we can say the same thing. One of the best Mexico has ever seen, Marco Antonio Barrera.
Round two, scheduled for 12, the champion, Erik Morales in the black trunks. The crowd is beside itself.
They came to see a war, they came to see a battle. They did not come to see a tactical fight. They gave it to him the first round, and now they expect that for 12.
They got it one time before, the fight of the year, 2000. Here we are 4 years later.
Beautiful left hook by Barrera, the same by Morales. Barrera's forced to clinch him.
Work out.
Kenny Bayless gonna have his hands full.
I think Barrera felt the power of Erik Morales on that combination.
Good jab from Morales. That's when he's at his best, setting things up off the jab.
Works it downstairs, works it upstairs. Very solid tactical fight that Erik Morales is fighting in the second round. Doesn't want to give it away like he did the first.
Remember, Morales is always a slow starter. Picks it up as he goes along. Same thing against Jesus Chavez. He started out slow in that one. But Morales knocked Chavez down twice in the second round. That was in Vegas in November. Of February of this year.
There we saw Kenny Bayless warning Marco Antonio Barrera about using that elbow. And he connected with the hook. Erik making a miss in close quarters. They're both just teeing off on each other. Again, the solid jab of Erik Morales. Upstairs, downstairs.
Got to be careful about the clash of heads the way they're moving in. We don't want to see that.
Ooh, beautiful combination.
Good combination for Barrera. Barrera, another combination. Back comes Morales.
The people are on their feet here at the MGM Grand Garden in Las Vegas. It's barely the second round, the end of it. And this is an all-out battle now between Marco Antonio Barrera and Erik El Terrible Morales. Nice right hook.
Good right hand for Morales. Digging into the body is Barrera. Back over the top came Morales. A punch missing at the end.
What a great round. The people on their feet once again. Impressive. Let's go to the corner of Marco Antonio Barrera. David Perez, time to breathe deeply. When you throw the punches, you land them. But don't delay your punches. You got to get yourself into a rhythm. It hurts the nose. We see Morales, who had a great beginning of the round. Marco Antonio Barrera came back strong with a great uppercut. And it was a three-punch combination. Marco Antonio Barrera is making Morales' nose bleed. You gotta push him back. Profile yourself through the line clean punches, and you gotta keep poking at his midsection with that jab. Those were the instructions from Olivaritos Morales. People getting their money's worth tonight.
Boy, that's a quick first two rounds. Here we go to round three. This has been everything they said it would be. Dead even fight. Two great champions. It couldn't be more riding on this in the country of Mexico. It's city versus country. It's big time versus small town.
There's so many other intangibles that they bring into this fight. The courage, the tradition, the heart of two champions.
Barrera going to the body. Morales took that jab out there, then goes to a little uppercut. Marco Antonio Barrera will come back with
a beautiful left
fury. Good right hand for Barrera. I don't think Barrera's having any trouble with the weight.
I think he's probably surprising Erik Morales with the power of his punches, but Erik Morales taking him well and coming back with something of his own. Morales is bleeding from the nose. Marco Antonio Barrera was telling his corner, I think I got him in the nose.
Well, it's a big nose.
Yeah? That's probably the one defect that you can instantly tell about Erik El Terrible Morales. That's the last thing you want as a boxer, a protruding nose. Little rabbit shot by Erik El Terrible Morales. Marco Antonio Barrera not backing down in the least.
No, it's supposed to be the weight advantage, supposed to work for Erik to press forward. Great combination inside from Barrera.
Step back.
Barrera's winning this round.
He's just taking it to him.
But it's going to be back and forth, folks, just back and forth like waves.
One of them's going to come crashing thunderously in on the post, though, because these guys did not come in here to leave the fight in the hands of the judges. I think neither one of them wants to go 12 rounds. Barrera's proven it by going out early, being aggressive, landing those big punches, and Morales is doing the same as a counter puncher.
Work out.
Kenny Bayless letting them fight through close quarters. And watch out for the clash of heads.
Stop. Watch your heads, fellas. Watch your heads.
That's the one thing that could mar a beautiful fight is a cut.
A little welt under Barrera's right eye. That's due exclusively to the jab of Erik El Terrible Morales, who's getting a little bit more productive at the end of this third round. Good shoulder and head movement by Marco Antonio Barrera to avoid the brunt of Erik's punches.
Oh boy, Erik just dodged a bullet there. He was out of position, his head was forward, and Barrera didn't catch it. Into round 3. Isn't this fun?
This is boxing at its best. Barrera's corner. Let him breathe a little bit. You got to make our fight, Erik. Don't go after him. You don't want to be in there toe-to-toe. He's going to your body. You got to do the same. We take a look at the impressive combination by Marco Antonio Barrera, sending Erik El Terrible Morales back. You see from the upper angle, just the punch production of Marco Antonio Barrera, not afraid at all, making the argument of the weight and the difference in weight null thus far in the fight. It's only 3 rounds, but it's a long ways to go.
Round 4 from the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Malamass and Bernardo Osuna alongside. And we're witnessing a great fight so far through 3 rounds. Anybody's fight, and it's going to be that way until somebody gets an advantage and maybe the other one makes a mistake. But these guys, the 2 fights I've seen them, there's not many mistakes to be had.
And there's not many advantages to be had. The one thing is the weight. It hasn't become a factor thus far. Like I said, there's still 9 rounds to go. The night is long, but so far, just picking off Morales' punches with the jab is Marco Antonio Barrera.
Jose's father wanted him to work behind the jab, don't get into a brawl, do what he does best. But it's kind of hard to avoid one with Barrera when he comes rushing in, throwing punches.
Excellent movement by Marco Antonio Barrera to avoid the jab and the right cross that Erik El Terrible Morales was throwing in there. Excellent combination by Barrera. The right cross first, and then the uppercut.
Right hand from Morales on the ropes. Kenny Bayless stepping in. Good job by Barrera to get out of that spot and tie him up.
That's what he has to do. He can't allow the champion to use the longer reach advantage and the power that he has in this 130 weight class to out-punch him. He's got to outmaneuver him. Marco Antonio Barrera's got to keep moving. He can't be still. Erik picking off some good punches from Marco Antonio Barrera's arsenal. Ooh.
Step back clean. There you go.
Good punches inside from Morales. Barrera covering up.
Your head. Back up, watch your head.
1 minute left in this fourth round. Furious pace of
along the ropes.
Step back clean.
Barrera would like for him to stay right there.
Trying to pick at that body with the jab is Erik El Terrible Morales. Missing wildly. Looks a little slow tonight. Nice double left hook by Marco Antonio Barrera. Erik Morales coming back with a barrage of his own.
Don't hold it.
Final 20 seconds of round 4. This round's been more of Erik Morales' style, like his father told him in the corner. Fight your fight.
What a great end to the fourth round.
All you can do is smile.
Honestly, I mean, these guys are just going at it. We're going to go to Morales' corner. Be very intelligent because he's closing the gap.
Ya la nariz se paró la hemorragia, ¿ok?
Don't worry, you're not bleeding so much from the nose.
Ya la nariz se paró la hemorragia, ¿ok? ¿Cómo no me avisaron que ustedes tenían problemas?
You gotta be fighting from the outside. You got the reach advantage. Fight at your distance. Use the straight hands. Do not try to hook him. Listen to me.
No quiero que los puntos después te vayan a pesar, ¿eh? Tienes que ir arriba.
I don't want the points to become a factor in this fight. You gotta go up in points. Fight. There's Bob Arum and Oscar De La Hoya.
And Bob's lovely wife, Levy, between the two.
What a great buffer, huh?
Absolutely.
Between De La Hoya and Bob Arum. Partners for tonight and no longer thereafter.
That's for sure. Round 5, scheduled for 12. Morales doing what his father wanted him to do, stay outside, work the jab. Use your reach advantage.
Here we go.
But Barrera won't be tolerant of that very long.
Barrera's trying to close the distance, not allowing Erik to extend those long arms of his. Erik was breathing profusely in between the 4th and 5th round, that 1 minute in the corner. Conditioning not a factor for Marco Antonio Barrera, who looks in great shape.
He carries his weight very well. He might want to consider staying up here for a while. Working off the jab, body punch from Morales, and in comes Barrera.
Barrera's looking great with that left hand.
From Barrera. Great job.
And it all comes to fruition because he's so effective going to the body.
Good left hand from Barrera. Barrera looks very, very strong. Both fighters are strong, but Barrera looks really strong.
Barrera's looking great. Erik Morales just hasn't found the right rhythm, it seems. He does something right, and then he moves away from it. Marco's doing the same thing. He's being effective, going to the body, working off of the body shots.
Erik's right hand is what will do the damage.
But every time he throws it, he knows that Barrera's left hand is coming, so that's what's keeping Erik honest thus far in the fight.
Round 5 scheduled for 12. The world super featherweight title on the line.
Erik Morales looking for the opening to connect that powerful right hand of his.
I got the feeling so far this fight in the early rounds is ebbing the way the last fight went, which was won by Barrera.
Morales isn't dictating the fight, which can't be going in his favor. Nice combination by Marco.
Morales is caught in the corner. Barrera's corner wants him to keep going.
And why not? He's being extremely effective with the left hook and the right uppercut. Listen in on Erik. What are you trying to prove? Nothing. You gotta go to the body.
Dame la nariz, por favor.
You always said he can't fight going backwards, so why are you not pushing him back? You're the bigger guy, you gotta be on him. I want it like that, just like that. We came here to beat him down. You gotta keep moving laterally, and you gotta keep hitting him low. You gotta keep hitting him to the body. Here we see a great combination by Marco Antonio Barrera. Beautiful left hook, and then the right to the face. Little frustration in the corner of Erik El Terrible Morales because he's fighting Marco Antonio Barrera's fight.
Round 6. A lot of confidence in the Barrera corner. Some confusion in the Morales corner.
Peppering him with the jab. Marco Antonio Barrera being elusive, and
Morales has got to get Barrera going backwards like that. He cannot fight going backwards. That's what he wants right there.
Exactly what he's doing, and that's what the corner asked him to do.
He listens to his dad. He's got to keep moving forward. And at the meantime, Barrera wants to keep the lateral movement. But Erik's got to use his reach, and he's got to keep him moving backwards. Round 6. A lot of respect for one another in terms of boxing ability, if not personally, inside that ring.
Beautiful left hook by Marco Antonio Barrera. Just waited for Erik to throw that left, and went right up the pike.
Pretty good jab from Barrera, too. Double, triple jab. Just banging away with the jab. Good right hand from Barrera. Now Morales coming back.
Great combinations by Marco Antonio Barrera. Excellent uppercut now by the Mexico City native. Not backing down in the least.
Work out, hard stop.
Maybe not the fight anyone expected out of Marco Antonio Barrera.
Well, he looks good. Can't believe it's the same fighter that Manny Pacquiao blew out of the ring.
Nice left after the
left
right.
hand for Barrera. Morales covering up.
Morales is hurt.
Morales is definitely hurt.
But he's dangerous.
Now he's coming back. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be like this throughout.
A great round for Marco Antonio Barrera. He can't let it get away. He's got to keep pressuring. Erik, beautiful right hand after the jab.
Erik Morales missing. Barrera's been more accurate.
And the important thing about Marco is that he's varying his attacking styles. He's working to the body very well, but then he starts to use a jab, follows it up with a right cross. Just using all the elements of his offensive against Erik Morales.
Hold it, stop.
Looks like a low blow there with the left hand. Kenny Bayless calls him on it.
Barrera continuing to press the attack. Morales could be in a little bit of trouble. Into the round. Barrera's round.
Undoubtedly dominated by Marco Antonio Barrera. He's proven a lot of people wrong thus far in this fight. The people are happy. The crowd is on its feet once again. Oscar De La Hoya on his feet. Richard Schaefer alongside, knowing that their charge is doing well thus far. He's missing a lot. You're avoiding his punches. Keep doing that. He hasn't hit you with any rights. You got to keep working to the body. You're the master of throwing the jab. You're going to see a great combination by Marco Antonio Barrera. Beautiful left hook. Erik Morales took it well. That was just the beginning. You see how he works first with the left uppercut and then the right uppercut, then the left hook, and he just kept pressuring Erik Morales, who just doesn't seem to have a rhythm, doesn't seem to feel comfortable in the ring tonight.
I think his nose might be bothering him, but he's used to that. Round 7.
We're more than halfway through this fight, and it's been spectacular thus far. It's for the World 130-pound Championship, but really, I think that doesn't mean anything to these two.
Well, Morales is in a position now as a champion. He's got to come back in this fight. Now, I don't know what that means in terms of either he gives in to the pressure to get into a war, because what he's been trying to do is not working.
And that's the whole point of it. His corners tell him, don't get into a brawl, but not brawling up to this point and have him down 2 points.
Round 7. The crowd is absolutely electric tonight here in Las Vegas.
And how could they not be with the great demonstration that Erik Morales and Marco Antonio Barrera especially are giving us tonight. Great right hands by Erik Morales.
Barrera seems unfazed so far.
I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that he went after Erik in the beginning part of the round, where
good right hand from Morales, countered by Barrera.
Erik Morales has a mouse under his right eye now. That's because of the great left hands that Marco Barrera has been scoring.
We're in the 7th round. Action-packed all the way through. A little bit better round for Morales this time, but Barrera's able to counter most anything he throws up there. Barrera stepping out of the way. That's Morales' advantage. We get Barrera going backwards.
Marco going forward is a very difficult fighter to manage. That's what Manny Pacquiao did. He got him going backwards and then he didn't know what to do. But tonight's a whole different story. It's Marco putting Erik on the heels of his toes.
That left jab from Barrera has been a better jab of the two. Morales is supposed to have the reach and the jab advantage, but it's been Barrera quicker to the punch.
And even when he's jabbing and he tries to throw a left hook, he's just not at the right distance. Nice right there, though, by Erik Morales.
Morales steps out of harm's way, circling. Good right hand from Morales.
Acknowledged by Marco Antonio Barrera. 10 seconds left in the 7th round. Trying to finish strong.
Now, Morales looks better in his final seconds than he's looked all night. That's Morales right there. That's the movement, and that's the power, and that's what he's got to do.
That is a fight that Erik Morales has to execute in order to come away victorious against Barrera, to whose corner we now go.
Una toallita por ahí. Una toallita.
We're doing well.
Bajaste ahorita, bajaste.
But you went down a little bit. You got to start executing it. Whatever you want to do when you're throwing punches, you do. See that when you jab, you win? That was perfect. That's your boxing. Breathe through the mouth. We're going to take a look at the excellent right hands by Erik Morales. A nice counter by Barrera, but the power punch was definitely Morales's, and then he has him in the corner. He starts with the right hook, doubles it up, then he moves away. This is a fight that includes the body movement, the leg movement of Erik Morales, which makes him most effective.
He looked more confident at the end of that round than he had all night. He finally found his rhythm that you were talking about, Bernardo. That was the Morales that we know.
Took him 7 rounds to do it.
We'll see if he can continue into the 8th round what he was doing. I mean, part of the reason, of course, is what he's up against, which is one of the great fighters of our time, Antonio Barrera. But Morales needs that rhythm. He needs that type of jab and movement and be able to land his punches from range. He's looked awkward when he hasn't been hitting the range, and using what he has is that real strong right hand from distance.
Beautiful right hand.
There's the right hand. Barrera is stunned.
Barrera definitely felt that double combination by Erik Morales. He punctuated it with the left hook, and now I think the confidence level is up for Erik Morales. This is going to be a very difficult round for Antonio Barrera because Erik is feeling it at this point of the fight. He knows he's got to come back, and that's exactly what he's doing, proving to have the heart of a champion.
Barrera took it, and he's a very dangerous fighter. Morales, when he's at range, he just unloaded that right hand.
And this is the range that he wants to be at. This is his distance, utilizing that jab to set up the lethal right hand, which has finished so many of his opponents. 34 and 47 victories have finished by knockout, and that right hand is crucial to his fight plan.
Barrera charging back, fighting on the inside. Morales lunging forward to the body. Barrera countering. Right hand over the top, both landing at the same time. Morales has come on in the last 2 rounds toward the end of the 7th and the 8th. A big confidence builder toward the end of the 7th when he started finding his range and finding his comfort zone.
And now you can even see it in his eyes. You can see the look in his face where he thinks he has found the key to beating Antonio Barrera.
Morales stepping in and throwing. Barrera going to the body. Kenny Bayless warning him twice this round to keep him up.
Excellent combinations downstairs by Erik Morales. Now the right by Antonio Barrera to the face.
That's the 3rd time Bayless has warned him.
The crowd getting a little restless here at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. Barrera being patient. But Erik's not making the same mistakes that he was making during the first 7 rounds of the fight.
Boy, these rounds fly by when there's this much action going on.
We've gone through 8 rounds of action here, and it's been power-packed. The crowd once again applauding the great effort of Antonio Barrera and Erik El Terrible Morales.
Nada más así porque sí, necesitas ponerle una toalla acá. Mira, te va a empezar un
Put
reto.
a towel on him. Let's dry him up. You gotta use those uppercuts. This is you. This is your fight. You gotta throw the jab to the solar plex.
Mucho jab, él no te hace nada.
A lot
de
of
afuera,
jabs, and he can't do anything to you from the outside. We take a look at that right cross, double combination, beautifully executed by Erik El Terrible Morales. Made Barrera miss. He does land that left hook and the right hook. So Barrera's not at all giving up, and he's not getting discouraged.
Going into the 9th round, Bernardo Osuna hasn't dead even.
76-76, these last 2 rounds really has been Erik's fight. Now Marco has to look for a way to disrupt it because the 2 rounds prior had been all Barrera.
9th round of a fight for all time, a fight for the ages to determine who's the better of these two. The entire country wants to know.
Step back.
Morales seems to have come into his own the last 2 rounds, doing what he does best after looking rather awkward through the first 6.
They give me the feeling that you could do this 10 times and you'd have 5 and 5.
Could be. Crowd really getting into it.
50-50, half of it for Morales, half of it for Barrera. All of it for this great boxing match that these 2 gladiators are giving us.
9th round, scheduled for 12. Been an awesome fight. It's the kind of fights we wish we could see every time we put one up there. Every championship fight should be like this one.
Every rivalry should be this way.
Pounding away Barrera. Morales needs to get off the ropes. Now it's Barrera's type fight.
Barrera needs to keep pressuring him. He can't let Erik get comfortable. He's already been comfortable for 2 rounds. He's got to do something to disrupt the rhythm. That's exactly what he's trying to do in this 9th round.
Barrera's expression never changes. Good jab from Morales. Rabbit punches from Barrera.
Okay?
Now a warning from Kenny Bayless.
Touch him up. Come on.
They don't want to touch him up.
They don't want to touch him up. They don't like one another.
The only touching with the gloves they want to do is to each other's face.
A little swelling under the right eye of Morales.
Ooh, beautiful.
Good right hand from Barrera. Barrera really feeling it now.
It started with the body shot.
Good uppercut from Morales.
Left hook bounces Morales off of the ropes. 40 seconds left in this 9th round. The ebb and the flow. Now it's tilting towards Marco Antonio Barrera. The way it's gonna keep going.
Each time one of these great fighters throws a punch, there's a price to pay. But neither one backing down. Kenny needs to get in there. Final seconds of round 9, then Barrera's round.
Hold on, step back to him, fellas.
Way to punctuate the round.
Right after the bell, it's getting ugly. Good round for Barrera.
Do not back down from him. What's wrong with you? What's going on? When you attack him, you have him.
No problem. I'm going to go talk to him one more. I'm going to take a point. I'm going to talk to him. Understand?
There's no need for that.
Barrera's corner trying to keep Kenny Bayless from talking to the fighter.
Don't do anything careless to make me come to this side, understand? Low blows and everything.
Miguel Diaz in the corner of Erik Morales coming back with a little bit of the same. The bell wouldn't stop him. Kenny Bayless had to step in. And now Marco really is very close to getting a point deducted. He can't lose his cool because 1 point in this fight
can make all the difference.
It will be the difference.
10th round. And you know, there's so much animosity, it can't help but spill out. I mean, you can talk about being a cool, collected fighter, but when you despise the person across from you, you want to whip his butt so bad, your emotions get out of the way. And Morales is one of the best at containing his emotions, but not against Barrera.
It all gets thrown out the window when these two warriors get into the ring. There's so much pride, there's so much animosity, there's genuine dislike. They want to take each other out. There's no other way to say it.
That's where Erik needs to be from range right there.
Marco protecting his body very well.
Done a great job. At times, it seems like Barrera has a reach advantage because he's been landing that jab so effectively.
It's all about the aggressiveness of Marco Antonio Barrera. That nullifies the reach and speed advantage of Erik Morales. Beautiful combination.
It's black and it's swollen under the right eye of Erik Morales. We're in the 10th round, scheduled for 12.
Wouldn't be a Morales fight if you didn't see him that way, right?
Well, he always looks fairly ugly when he comes out, yes. Barrera's had the same countenance on his face all night. Calm, collected, and he springs like a cobra when given the opportunity.
He's very concentrated. He knows what he has to do. He knows what mistakes he has to avoid in order to not be hit by Erik Morales, and he's executing his fight plan very well thus far through 10 rounds.
That right hand got in there very effectively. Morales doesn't need to be standing on the ropes.
Erik Morales said, there's no reason this fight should be made because I've been going up. I've been taking care of business. He's been losing. He hasn't been looking so well. Well, tonight, he's looking great.
Barrera's never been better.
How many times have we said that about him?
He's been as good. Oh, I haven't seen one bit of an indication that Barrera has lost anything.
Oscar De La Hoya keeps saying Marco Antonio Barrera is the best fighter that I've ever seen. And you know what? At times, he can be that.
Well, that's another quick round. Final seconds, round 10. I think we're going to see something special these final 2 rounds, Bernardo.
These will be the championship rounds, and we're seeing something special at the end of the 10th. The people at the MGM Grand Arena are being treated to a spectacular fight, as are you at home. And now let's listen in on the corners because it'll be colorful. You gotta hit him to the body.
Vas para el round número 11.
We're going to the 11th round.
Hay que ganar los últimos rounds.
We gotta win these last 2 rounds. We're losing rounds.
No le deje la iniciativa a él.
Don't let him take the initiative.
No me le eches agua, no me le eches agua, ya. Agárrate esa toalla, Jorge, rápido.
Don't put any more water on
Sale
it.
ahorita y a mandar.
You gotta go in there and dictate the rhythm of the fight.
En la pelea con golpes.
You've got to win this fight with punches. Don't fight, no clinching. Just go out there and punch him out. He's way more effective when he's using that right cross or the left hook to the body, and that's exactly what the corner wants out of Marco Antonio Barrera. Concerned, to say the least, in the red corner of Erik and Terrible Morales, but these are the championship rounds that you're watching from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Morales Barrera once and for all, and Barrera comes out just like he has for the past 10 rounds.
Morales may need these last 2 rounds to retain his belt. Good combinations on the inside. They want him to work the body. Good right hand for Barrera. Kenny Bates was just getting ready to step in, but that's dangerous territory waiting there.
Erik just barely grazed Marco, caught him off balance. It was a good exchange there. Marco needs to keep being aggressive. He can't get careless, though, against Erik Morales, and you can't let him get into a rhythm because he knows how to close the show. He's got a lot of pride, he's got a lot of heart, and he's nailing with the left hook.
Left hook, uppercut, a jab. 11th round, it's go time, folks. Oh, good punches from Morales. Barrera's wide open. Good uppercut from Morales. Now Barrera fights back.
No, people on their feet. The crowd is electric at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, and how could they not be?
Morales got the better of that exchange. But right at the end, a little flurry from Morales. From Barrera.
Beautiful left hook. Now the right hook by Erik Morales.
Morales is letting it go now. 11th round, Morales feels like he's got to win both rounds. Kenny Bayless stepping into dangerous territory.
That's like stepping in between 2 lines at a feeding frenzy.
That was a low blow from, he didn't see it. Looked like a low blow from Barrera.
Beautiful
right
combination.
hand. Uppercut for Barrera. Back comes Morales. Good defense from Barrera. Long way to go. 11th round.
It's going to be the longest 3 minutes and 50 seconds of Marco Antonio Barrera's career because Erik's going to bring it on.
Well, he's bringing it back. Good movement from Morales. Barrera having trouble handling the movement.
Erik got to him in this 11th round.
He got to him, but Erik's been taking a lot of body punches. Of course, these guys are in such great shape that that's hard for that to take any effect. 20 seconds left, round 11. What a great round of boxing. Uppercuts from Barrera. Ooh, good left hand from Barrera. That hurt Morales. Right hand from Barrera. Back comes Morales. Final seconds, round 11. It's an all-out. Woo!
This is a fight you're going to tell all your friends about. If you were here or if you watched it. Do not open yourself up.
Everybody's standing.
You got to close strong.
Everybody's standing.
You've got to go in and give it your all this 12th round. You got to go to the body, to the solar plex. And then you nail them upstairs. What an ambiance. You got to keep working the right. You got him. This is it. This is for the championship.
Whoever wins this round may win the fight. Here we go.
And Marco's coming out to win it, but so is Erik.
Good combination from Erik Morales. Kenny Bayless having trouble keeping control.
And what a way to keep his balance.
How did he stay up? Uppercut from Barrera. One of the most thrilling rounds of boxing, the last two you'll ever see.
And that would have been the difference maker. Right there, Marco Antonio Barrera miraculously staying on his feet.
How did he stay on his feet? I'll never know. It was like he was dancing across ice.
And while he was dancing, Erik hit him once more. So it was an impressive display by Marco Antonio Barrera. Erik Morales.
2 minutes left in this fight. 2 minutes left. Both fighters looking a little winded now, but you can rest assured they're going to go right back at it. Everybody on their feet in the arena. Except for us. We might block somebody's view and then we'd be in big trouble.
Working to the body just like he has during the first 11 rounds is Marco Antonio Barrera. He's pressuring Erik, not allowing him to get those arms outstretched where he's so dangerous, where he's proven that he can hurt him thus far. He can't go that wild though.
These two fighters have now been in the ring each other 36 rounds. And oh so even all the way. There are no losers. But somebody's got to get the decision.
Dare we say a fourth?
I don't know.
I don't see it happening, but I don't see why not.
We'll talk about that in a minute. 1 minute to go. Barrera got Morales on the ropes. And holding it with his arm.
What a fight. Round of the year, no contest.
11th and 12th. Good terrific rounds. Morales trying to hold on to his championship. Marco Antonio Barrera came up. Barrera now trying to get a breather.
Marco's got nothing
seconds
left in the tank.
Barrera's tired. So's Morales. Morales attacks. Barrera comes back. Barrera almost winded on his feet, trying to get a little respite. 10 seconds left in the fight.
He just wants to finish on his feet. What a proud display by Marco Antonio Barrera and Erik El Terrible Morales. This is a fight for the ages, just like the first two.
All the crowd on his feet. I don't know. I don't know. Morales might have won the last 2 rounds.
And that, in my card, would give him a draw. That would be justice.
A draw means we have a 4th one.
There's a dispute about the time. People are saying there was 10 seconds to go and the bell rang, but it doesn't really matter at this point. That's why they fight the championship rounds.
Wasn't that fun? I don't know. Let's take a look at it. Round 1, Bernardo.
Marco Antonio Barrera working off of the body shots. Round 5, spectacular exchange of punches between these two great Mexican gladiators. Round 6, a little bit more of the same. The left hook was telling by Marco Antonio Barrera, but Erik Morales was working that right hand. All of this was all leading up to the close of the fight, the 8th round, but this is where it came true. 11th round, these two guys gave it their all. They stood toe-to-toe, and they did so in the 12th. Who will win the fight? That is one of the most spectacular things you will see in boxing.
How did he stay up?
No idea.
It was like he was on ice. If he'd have gone down there, that would have been the fight.
That would have been the fight. They should have earned each other's respect. There's no doubt about that.
Well, they would never admit it.
The crowd supporting Marco Antonio Barrera. He should get the nod. But Erik was a brave warrior tonight.
Politics.
There's glee in the corner of Marco Antonio Barrera, Oscar De La Hoya. Can't believe what he just saw out of his fighter. Erik Morales knows, he feels the tension. He knows he didn't come out and fight his fight. And that's the preoccupation in this fighter's mind right now.
We're waiting for the decision from Michael Buffer.
The tension is palpable here.
I have no idea which way it's going to go. There's going to be half these people that are going to be really mad. Half of them will be ecstatic. Unless it is the draw that it very well could be. How he stayed on his feet, Barrera, in that last round is beyond comprehension. That's a great athlete. That's great balance. There's his son. Worried about his daddy, I'm sure.
You talk about coming back in a great fashion. For those who had counted out Marco Antonio Barrera, including Erik Morales, he showed once again why he is one of the premier fighters in the world today.
Marco, here's the decision.
Here at the MGM Grand, we have seen two of the greatest fighters in the world complete 36 rounds, and this, their third and greatest effort. A round of applause for both Marco Antonio Barrera and Erik Morales. We go to the judges' scorecards. Paul Smith scores it 114 to 114 even. Jerry Roth and Larry O'Connell both score the bout 115. Pardon me, Larry O'Connell 115 to 114. Jerry Roth 115 to 113 for the winner by majority decision. And new WBC Super Featherweight Champion of the world, de Ciudad de Mexico, Marco Antonio Barrera.
He was the underdog, and he deserved it tonight. The celebration in Marco Antonio's corner, the disappointment in Erik Morales' corner, but he knew that he didn't do enough. He didn't dominate the fight like he had before, and here you have the champion.
What a good combination so far. Golden Boy promoting him. Oscar De La Hoya in the ring. You see it on the face of Erik Morales. He doesn't think he lost his fight. Last two close decisions. A majority decision goes the way of the new champion at 130 pounds. He didn't even want to fight at 130 pounds. Now he has the title.
Impressive. What Marco Antonio Barrera did tonight was shock the world.
How did you get a 115, 114? That's interesting.
10 rounds, maybe.
Had to have a 10-10 round. Let's go to Larry Merchant now.
Marco Antonio, is this the crowning achievement of your career?
¿Este es lo máximo de tu carrera, esta pelea?
Yo creo que sí, haber ganado 3 títulos en diferentes divisiones fue lo mejor para mí. Unos guantes que no me quedaban, la verdad me duelen las manos. pero quisimos demostrar que unos guantes no nos paran.
Absolutely. Having won 3 titles, it's amazing. I had a little trouble with the gloves. They didn't fit, but we made the best of it.
What was your plan of attack in this fight, and why did it work so well?
¿Cuál era tu plan de ataque en esta pelea y por qué trabajó tan bien ese plan?
Bueno, la idea era encimarlo, estar encima de él porque él es muy peligroso a su distancia. Y lo estuvimos cerrando unos rounds, nos dejamos llegar, pero los demás estuvimos adentro.
The plan was to be aggressive, jump on top of him, because we know that from the distance he's very dangerous. We did that. In a few rounds, we didn't do what we were supposed to, but we were successful.
Did you find that even though he was much bigger than you, that you were quicker and especially inside, and that gave you the advantage?
Encontraste tú que aunque él era más grande y más fuerte que tú, pero tú fueras más rápido, más ligero que él, y eso te dio la ventaja.
Fue la ventaja que tuvimos más rapidez, estuvimos entrando y saliendo. Él es de pegada fuerte, es un pelador de 130 grande, pero gracias al plan de trabajo todo salió bien. Queríamos demostrarles que con todos sus guantes, Oscar de la Hoya y Barrera están muy por encima de Erik Morales y de Top Rank.
That was the plan, to box and move, to be swift, and we know that he's a hard puncher because we wanted to show him that his gloves weren't going to prevail.
He seems to have held you beneath him somewhat in contempt, and especially because you lost to Pacquiao the way you did. How much did that help you, that he seemed to dismiss you?
Él en muchas ocasiones te ha menospreciado, especialmente después de la pelea de Pacquiao. ¿Cuánto te puso eso para que pudiera hacer eso a favor tuyo?
Bueno, yo creo que lo de Pacquiao fue una mala noche. Oscar de la Hoya lo sabe, por eso nunca dejó de confiar en mí. Y es por eso que yo quería esta pelea, una pelea fuerte para demostrarle a mi nuevo equipo que pues con este examen demostramos que son puras habladurías, que la cabeza y que no la cabeza. Y bueno, con Oscar de la Hoya esperamos que pues estemos entrando en el gusto de la gente, porque Oscar es un gran jefe, un gran amigo.
Well, as I said before, with the Manny Pacquiao was enough night, with a lot of things involved. We prepared well with my new, with my promotional group, Oscars. We're going to do great.
You went over at the end of the fight and tried to shake his hands as you have done before, but he seems to be unable to do that. What are your thoughts about this?
Después de la pelea, usted fue un caballero, un deportista, y fue a saludarlo, y él no quiso nada de eso. ¿Cuáles son tus pensamientos sobre eso?
Bueno, fue muy triste. Le aventó el agua a mi papá en la cara. Eso es muy mala educación. Yo creo que somos buenos deportistas y no debe de hacer eso. No se vale, porque somos el ejemplo de mucha gente.
We're very sorry for that. We went over there to congratulate him. He threw water on my dad's face. This is not what good sportsmen people do. It's a shame.
Thank you again, Marco Antonio, and I just want to ask 1 or 2 questions to your promoter right here.
My boss. He's my boss.
He's your boss. Hi, tell us, how big is this for you compared to winning a big fight?
Well, this is big for us, a team. We're a team. Like I said, he keeps on mentioning that I'm his boss. No, he's my boss. Let's put it that way. The fighter is in control. That's the way it should be, and it does big for Golden Boy Promotions. But ultimately, the fighters are the ones inside the ring, and they're the bosses.
And did you have confidence as a fighter, as well as a promoter, that he still had this kind of effort left in him, Oscar?
When he fought Manny Pacquiao, I knew it wasn't Barrera in there. I knew it as a fighter, and as a friend, as a promoter, I knew it wasn't him in there. So I knew Barrera has a lot left inside of him. I knew it. It's a matter of just training hard and focusing. That's all he needs. And that's why he showed that he's a real fighter, the people's champion here tonight.
Thank you again, Marco Antonio. Congratulations.
Bernardo Osuna, we were just doing a quick survey of the press row, and most people had this fight a draw.
Yeah, I think out of
114, which would have been, as you said, poetic justice, really.
Yeah, about 6 people we polled, 4 draws, 1 for Barrera, 1 for Morales. I honestly think that it would have been the right thing, but I can honestly see how Marco Antonio Barrera got the nod tonight. He did deserve it because he dictated the rhythm of the fight. Anytime now we'll have the word of Erik El Terrible Morales.
I don't think he's going to be real happy. My guess is he's not too happy. We'll stand by for the interview.
Oscar De La Hoya saying, ironically, we won with winning, referring to the gloves that Marco did not even want to lace up.
Well, sometimes those things work for you. You placed in a position of adversity, and it gives you just enough motivation to do it. Let's go to Larry
Jim,
Merchant now.
How badly were you hurt in the first round?
¿Cuánto te golpearon? ¿Estabas dolorido en el primer round?
No, estaba muy tieso, no podía hacer golpes. Pero bueno, no fue como hasta el cuarto que empecé a soltarme poco a poco y pues ni modo.
I wasn't really hurt in the first round, but I just couldn't get off. It wasn't until the fourth round when I started to get going.
Do you believe your nose is broken? Did you have a breathing problem?
¿Tú piensas que tu nariz está fracturada? ¿Tuviste problemas respirando?
No, estaba sangrando de un orificio. Y bueno, pues de repente no podía respirar por la nariz, tenía que respirar por la boca, pero bueno, parte del trabajo.
There was some difficulty breathing through the nose, so that's why he had to breathe through the mouth. And he was bleeding.
You have been saying over and over that he is not on your level. Did you underestimate him coming into this fight?
Tú has estado diciendo que Marco Antonio Barrera no está al nivel tuyo. ¿Tú lo menospreciaste en esta pelea?
No, en absoluto, no sé lo que tenían que hacer. Sin embargo, bueno, creo que también hay que recalcar que son muchos golpes ilícitos. Se los permitieron. Además, más, mira, puedes ver aquí. Tú sabes que no es parte del boxeo. Así pasa. ¿Qué puedo hacer?
I didn't underestimate him. I did what I had to do to prepare for a good fight. I thought he might have given me a few fouls and a few illegal blows, but that's part of boxing.
Fue una pelea muy cerrada y bueno.
It was a very close fight.
At the end of the fight, he came over to you and wanted to shake your hands. You can't do it. Why do you hold him in such contempt? Why do you dislike him so much?
Después de la pelea, él vino acerca de ti para hablarte, para felicitarte. Tú no lo quisiste hacer. ¿Por qué tú lo desprecias tanto a él?
Yo no lo desprecio, simplemente yo tengo dignidad, cosa que usted no conoce. Y hago lo que tengo que hacer. Me doy a respetar a mí mismo y eso para mí es importante.
I don't want to have any contempt for him. I don't think he's any less. I do what I have to do, and I have a lot of dignity, and it's things involved in the boxing world.
He said you were a bad sport. What do you reply?
Él dice que tú eres un mal deportista. ¿Qué tu respuesta?
Este es mi trabajo. Yo hago mi deporte con dignidad, con respeto y hago con las reglas del juego. No necesito usar faules ni otras cosas para hacer mi deporte.
It's my job, and I do it well with a lot of dignity. I don't have to use fouls to win a fight.
All right, thank you very much, Erik.